So hello everyone, my name is Dalit Soni and you are watching Drishti IAS. We are live over here because another notification has came out from UPSC side. When we consider the registration form this side, there were various intricacies which were there, and considering that UPSC has come up with the extension of the deadline for the last day of the receiving the forms, and after that now they have come up with another notification. So that is one big update which is there with respect to the OTR changes as well as the application form changes. So we'll be talking about that. So now let's see what is it about. One thing is clear that UPSC is quite sensitive about students' concerns. They have seen it, and they have realized that there are students who are facing problems with the OTR this time, or some other kind of issues are also there. So considering that, first they have extended the timeline, and now they are coming up with the next update over here. So let's see what UPSC has told you this time. So important notice for the aspirants or the candidates for civil services preliminary examination 2025. Okay, first of all, they have extended the deadline, which we have already know. Then, in the view of the queries, difficulties raised by the candidate in the filing of the online application for the civil services examination 2025, the commission has decided to make following changes in the one-time registration. Now, when we talk about the one-time registration, it was clear that there will be only one opportunity which will be given to make any kind of change in the OTR. Now they have realized that there are certain issues which was there, and considering that, they have said that we will be going for some updates over here. Some kind of editability is there, so your OTR is now editable with some respect. When we are talking about some of the aspect over here, you will be able to update your OTR over here. So let's see. Here you can see the following entries in the OTR profile have been made editable until the final submission of the application form. Now this particular opportunity or this window is there till there is the final submission of the application form. Thereafter, during the correction window, we have a correction window of 7 days, that is also there. So in that particular period of time, you will have this ability that you can edit the OTR as well. Okay, so what you can edit over here, that is, have you ever changed the name? Now there is this one section which is asking you, have you ever changed the name? So you can edit that. Then coming to the next one, that is your gender. Okay, so you can also change that as well. Then minority status and the class 10th board examination roll number. Now these are some of the areas where you can make a change. Okay, so that is there. Other than that, UPSC has said that there is some sections which you cannot change. This is something which is already there. Like if you can see this, the candidate are not allowed to make any changes in the columns related to following entries. That is name as per the class 10 certificate. So for the first time when you have filled your OTR, you must have been cautious about it, because you knew that this is just one time registration. After that you won't be able to make any change. So obviously you must have wrote your name correctly, date of birth correctly, father's name, mother's name, and mobile number, and the email ID. Okay, now in that you may not be able to make any change. Okay, now for email ID and mobile number we will be talking about separately, but when we are talking about these entries, you won't be able to make any change. Okay, right now. Other than that, when we talk about any kind of error, or the some kind of issue which you might have filled it wrongly in the first go, so there are chances that you can actually go for the amendability or the change in that for the one time. Okay, there was one chance which was there, but again, if you have made some kind of error in that as well, so now in that you cannot change anything. Okay, so that is their name, date, father's name, and mother's name. Now if you want to change something in that, you have to mail UPSC. Okay, so that is there. Coming to the next part over here, we have already seen that there are certain areas where you cannot make changes. Now coming to the next, if a candidate has lost access to his or her registered mobile. Now we have told you that we will be talking about the mobile number and email separately. If you have actually lost your mobile number, okay, so then you can change the mobile number or edit the mobile number with the email ID. Okay, so if you have lost access to the mobile number, then you can get an one-time password, OTP will be there to the email ID, then you will be able to give the new mobile number over there. So that is one thing. If you have lost the email ID, then you will be receiving an OTP on the mobile, and then you will be changing the email ID. Okay, so that is for your mobile and the email ID, which section was already there. Okay, so that was there. Coming to the next part over here, however, if a candidate has actually lost both of them, okay, if a candidate has lost both of them, if a candidate reports that he or she has lost access to his or her registered mobile number as well as registered email ID, the candidate will have to send a request to the commission for making necessary changes at the email ID, that is OTR/UPSC@gov.in, OTR/UPSC @gov.in along with the following documents. You have to submit these documents as well, that is matriculation certificate, Aadhaar card or the PAN card or passport or driving license, any kind of government ID which is mentioned over here, then recent passport size photograph, and undertaking in the prescribed format. Okay, there is a format which has been there on the, you can say you will be able to find it on the website only. Okay, so in that particular format you have to send it a mail to the UPSC. Now if you click on this particular thing, when we talk about the notification, in the notification if you click on this link over here, you will be getting the prescribed format. Okay, so this is the third thing which was discussed over here in the notification. Coming to the next one, if you are in need of any scribe. Okay, so when we talk about the PwBD candidates who wish to seek assistance of their own scribe in the CS prelims, civil services examination prelims, will have to mandatorily provide the details of the own scribe for prelims exam. Okay, so that is there. And when we talk about the mains, in that case also you have to do the same. The PwBD candidate who wish to seek assistance of own scribe for the CS mains exam may voluntarily indicate the scribe details at the CS main while applying for the main. So basically when we are talking about the while applying for the you can say prelims examination, there is a section where you can say that you will also be needing own scribe for the mains exams as well. Okay, such candidate may update. Now if you have by mistake you want to make any kind of change in that, so that you will be doing when there will be a window. Such candidate may update or provide details of own scribe during the window which will be made available to the candidate after the declaration of the results of the civil services prelims examination. So after the declaration of the result, there will be another window wherein you can make change to this particular section. I'm not talking about the whole form, I'm talking about this particular section over here. If you need an own scribe or not, for that you can make a change. Okay, now coming to the next part. In case a candidate's name has been changed and there is a mismatch with the name given in the matriculation certificate or higher education certificate, or the candidate is required to submit the gazette notification. Now here, if you have ever changed the name, okay, and the name is having a mismatch between the name which is given in the 10th, 12th documents and the higher degree document, in that case what you have to do is that you have to submit the you can say gadget notification where you have made a change to your name. Okay, so that notification you have to submit to that effect. However, if the gadget notification is not available as of now, is not available with them at present, they may upload the copy of the same during the window which will be made available to the candidate after the declaration of the result for the CS prelims. Okay, so after prelims there will be a window where you can upload this gadget notification at that point of time. Okay, so that is about those who has changed the name. Coming to the next one, for PwBD candidates may upload their UDID PwD certificate issued by the Ministry of Social Justice and the Empowerment, or the valid PwBD certificate in the format as available on the Commission's website. So this is about the certificate for the PwBD candidates, so you can upload that. Okay, then coming to the next one, the candidate having integrated masters. If you have someone has gone for, let's say, BA LLB, okay, or any kind of integrated course, like you have gone for the graduation and the masters together, like 5 years courses are there. So in that case, if you have done that, so in the graduation part as well as the higher qualification part, what you have to do is you have to mention the same degree. Okay, so that is what has been written over here. So now this is what is the changes which has been made by the, or you can say this update has been done by the UPSC for you. Now when we are talking about the last part over here, the last point in the notification, they have said that candidate are advised to go through the form when you are filling it. So obviously when you are filling a form, you have to be very cautious, and if you have made any mistake, so if you are going through it, then you will be finding that particular mistake. Okay, otherwise also if you have any kind of mistake which has been done, then we will be having a window for the application form. Any kind of change is there, so there will be a window after the closing of the forms. There will be 7 days window, in that you can make a change. But why do that? Just be cautious and fill the form very in a cautious way. The candidate are advised to go through the entries made by them in the relevant column before finally submitting the form. Before submitting the form, please check that you have filled the form correctly. It may be noted that after submission of the application, the changes or the correction, if any, the entries in the application forms can be carried out only during the 1 week correction window, except for the entries in the para B, which we have already seen, in which you cannot make any change, which will be provided by the Commission after the closing date of the applications. Okay, so that is there. UPSC has actually extended the date, and now after that there will be 7 days window for you, so you can go through the any kind of change if there is if it is there at all, if any kind of mistake you have made during the application form, so you can change the things in the application forms, okay, except for the entries in the para B. So when you are filling the form, make sure that entries in the para B are right, okay. So that is about this update. So with that, we'll be finishing over here. I'll take your leave, okay. You can actually subscribe the channel if you have not already, so that you can not miss any kind of information. Such big updates cannot be missed by you. So with that, I'll take your leave. I'll see you in the next live. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you and enjoy your day.